Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sour Cherries, directed and written by Uchenna Agbu. My name is Luke Ferrell, and I'm the artistic director and founder of Ferrell Studios. We're so excited to spotlight Uchenna's work tonight and the work of artists throughout the world through our educational programs, productions, and special events. Our next event is Love Out Loud, hosted here on Zoom on June 23rd at 8 p.m., followed by our in-person production of The Last 5 Years in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Tickets and more information are available at ferrellstudios.com. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook for information and updates on upcoming classes, events, and productions. And now I'd like to introduce the playwright director and proud Ferrell Studios instructor, Uchenna Agbu, to talk a little bit more about their work.
Hi, I'm Uchenna, and I wrote Sour Cherries. I wrote this play last summer as part of an intergenerational playwriting workshop called Mind the Gap at New York Theater Workshop. Throughout that workshop, members of a younger generation were paired up with people from an older generation, and we conducted interviews with introspective questions that allowed us to share stories about our lives and who we are. This play was inspired by my interviews with my lovely partner, Joe. I was so inspired by Joe's humor and kindness, and my play was inspired by his heartfelt life stories, including stealing maraschino cherries as a kid and his beautiful relationship with his wife and family. I was also inspired by and incredibly grateful for the healing nature of the meaningful conversations I've had with him. I would like to thank Joe for the inspiration, as well as the incredible actors you're about to see, Keiran, Naia, and Max. I am grateful for the past few weeks working with them and having conversations about our own lives to connect with this story. And I thank them for sharing their stories and talents with me. Thank you all, and here is Sour Cherries. Arthur and Rena sit on a couch beside each other facing Freddie, who sits in a single seat and writes notes on a legal pad. The three of them are in a room exploding with pink. Pink walls, pink paintings, and pink furniture. It's almost painful to look at.
What are you talking about? The only reason I was ever there in the first place was because you are the one
following me around and being unable to not be attached to my hip.
Please do not try to blame me.
I'm not blaming you.
What do you mean you're not
blaming me? I'm just saying you were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You just think it's my fault that you aren't blaming me? That doesn't make sense. Listen to what you're saying, Rena. You're saying... Is this what we're supposed to be doing?
You tell me. Did that feel like it's what you're supposed to be doing? Talk to her, not me.
Is this... That's not what we're supposed to be doing. We shouldn't fight. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
Well, I'm sorry for losing...
Say to her, not me.
I'm sorry for losing my temper.
Me too. I'm sorry for making you feel insecure. I just wish you trusted me more. I mean, he's gone. We don't need to worry about him anymore.
You said we wouldn't be talking about this again.
And I hope that would be true, but clearly you haven't moved past it. You didn't trust me.
I do trust you.
If you trusted me, you wouldn't have shown up.
I don't want to talk about it.
What do you want to talk about, Arthur?
Her. I want to talk about her.
And talk to her, not me.
You. I want to talk about you, Rena.
What do you mean? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I miss you.
I miss you too.
Can you talk about your happiest moment together?
Our happiest moment? No, that was probably when Ryan was born.
Yeah. Yeah, that has to be it.
You know, he was the most perfect little baby. You and him have always been my guiding light, my reason to hold on.
How is he since I've been gone?
Good. He's learning how to ride a bike now, which amazes me. I didn't go near a bike until I was at least 12. He's a smart kid.
He always was.
Well, he takes after you, of course.
You weren't so dull yourself, Artie.
Oh, well, maybe not, but nothing compared to Miss Ivy League.
Stop it.
Really, you're the smartest woman I've ever known.
What have you been up to since I've been gone?
Oh, not much. You were always pushing me to find some hobbies. I guess I'm still having trouble figuring those out.
And how is Ryan doing with the first grade?
Oh, he doesn't love it. He wants to be home. He still asks for you sometimes.
What do you tell him?
Well, not much. I usually just say, Mommy's not here right now. I don't know what else I can tell him.
Maybe you should tell him the truth.
He's 6.
He's going to have to learn about these things sooner or later.
Okay, well, I'm choosing later.
Up to you.
Of course it is.
Arthur, why don't you want to tell Ryan the truth?
Well, I don't want to...
Her, not me.
God, you'd think I'd get the hang of this by now, right?
Yeah, you'd think.
I don't want to tell him because I don't think he's ready to hear that.
He's not going to stop asking until you tell him the truth. I think he's ready.
You don't really get a say.
You're the one who's not ready. You're not ready to tell him. You're not ready to let me go. You're not ready to do any of the things that you need to do.
That is besides the point. We're supposed to be talking about you and I, our relationship, not Ryan.
Fine. Do you want to talk about what happened? You want to talk about how I couldn't be faithful to you? How I wasn't smart enough to figure out how to be there for you and Ryan. And
Rena, stop. That's not what I meant. We don't have to talk about that.
Why not? I hate that you don't let me talk about it just because it makes you uncomfortable.
Well, I'm just not ready to.
Not ready. Right. Arthur, it's been 4 years.
I know that. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'll never be ready.
You're going to have to get over it at some point.
And I'm sure that day will come. It's just not today. All right? Isn't that why we're here?
No. You're here because you don't know how to move on. You can't rely on me to have the answers for you anymore.
I am not relying on you, all right? I am hopeful that the both of us...
Both of us what? There is no both of us anymore.
Exactly. Do you know how difficult that is for me? None of this is my fault, and yet I am the one left to deal with it.
It's my fault. Let it be my fault. You can blame me for everything.
But I don't want to blame you, all right? I love you.
Why can't you move on?
I don't know how to live without you.
Remember our song? Arthur, do you remember?
I think so.
Only time can tell us where we will go. I will hold you through the rain, the sun, and snow.
We're sour cherries, we might fall apart, but we know we're not alone.
I'm all you own. And when I look into your eyes, I know I feel it too. You'll never be alone as long as I'm with you. My sour cherry, we might fall apart, but it's true.
We'll find glue and know what to do. Only time can tell us where we will go. I will hold you through the rain, the sun, and snow.
We're sour cherries, we might fall apart, but we know we're not alone.
I'm all you own.
Arthur sits with his eyes closed, and suddenly, Rena vanishes.
Wake up. Session's over.
Arthur opens his eyes. Knowing that Rena has disappeared, he comes back to reality. He is alone.
All right. I just wanted to invite the cast back on screen for a little virtual bow. And of course, the playwright Uchenna. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it. Again, we have Love Out Loud coming at the end of June and Last 5 Years coming at the end of August. Have a great night.